Okay, you want to apply the glitter thoroughly all over the tumbler, and you want to make sure that the glitter is applied in a consistent coat. And what I mean by that is you want to make sure that the color is consistent, that there are no patches that are darker or lighter than the other. And if there is, that means you applied either too much epoxy or too little. So the color should be consistent all over. It should be the same shade everywhere. We will now be adding our first coat of epoxy onto the glitter. Now, glitter soaks up epoxy really fast. So our first layer, I'm using about 30 milliliters of epoxy, and you're going to still be able to see the texture of the glitter on this layer, and that is fine for now. We're going to add all 30 milliliters to the tumbler right now. We're going to cover it all over, and then we will let it spin for about an hour. Okay, for this layer I mixed about 20 milliliters, and this is going to create a smooth surface to allow me to lay my decal flat with no bumps and no texture of the glitter peeking through. Had I not done this flood coat, I would have to sand down the surface to prepare it for my decal, and if I would have done that, I would be risking sanding off the color of glitter. And when you do that, the color fades and it turns to a silver mess. So this makes sure I don't have to do that, and it saves me the time and hassle of having to sand. So when this dries, my surface will be perfectly smooth and flat and ready for me to lay my decal. As you can see, it came out perfect from that flood coat. You cannot feel the texture of the glitter whatsoever. I am using my Craftables transfer tape and my Craftables chrome vinyl. I am placing my decal on. This first decal says 50 and fabulous, and I'm making sure it is completely flat. I'm turning my cup over and I am adding the personalized name, which is Michelle, laying that flat, making sure that is adhered properly, and then we will get the last, what is hopefully the last layer of epoxy on this and get it finished. Now that it is done, you do not want to touch it with your bare hands because you risk leaving your fingerprints indented in it. Depending on the type of epoxy you used, there is a specific cure time for it. I usually let my tumblers sit for 48 hours before I get them ready to clean up and package. It all just depends on the type that you used. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and I'll see you soon.